So Paul, we got a big day in terms of data, non-farm payrolls. I believe they're expecting something like 500,000 jobs, but apparently the government has been a big employer.
Yeah, this is the most important data release of the month, basically in the US, and it's the employment-related one. And clearly, we've been through a period of sustained job cuts over many quarters. So it's not the first positive one, but it's the first big positive one that's expected. So I think it's going to be pretty significant. There has been US government employment in the form of that census, but I think it's critical that private sector employers are starting to come back to the market, take up the slack, which has been, kind of only really helped by government spending in terms of the stimulus. So if we do see a big positive number, I would expect some of the stress to come out of markets, and that could put us back on track in terms of global expansion.
Let's hope that comes in above estimates. And then MTN Reliance raising its head again?
Well, look, MTN's been weak. It's been trending back towards 100 Rand a share, but persistent rumours about the North African transaction talks. Who knows, maybe a deal with Orascom, maybe a deal to buy part of Orascom.
They said they were going to let shareholders know what's happening there, but we haven't heard anything yet.
But the fact is, everybody in this industry is always talking to everyone else, and you never know until such time as there's something concrete on the table, whether it's all just talks about talks or whether it's something for real. The Indian thing, though, is the other thing. Reliance is in a lot of trouble in India. It's the Indian number 2.
But they've got a very competitive market there, something like 15 operators.
Margin's quite thin, but enormous potential, and they're at an early stage.
But is that Reliance maybe wanting to get out of the Indian market and get involved in Africa?
No, I think Reliance, Anil Ambani just wanted to play on a bigger global stage. So the idea that he could put his asset into something else with a better credit rating and then access global credit markets. And that's in order to fund expansion in India, but also to kind of go beyond Indian borders. He's got global ambitions.
And lastly, we've got the Life Healthcare IPO.
Yeah, this is a relisting of the old Afrox Health business. They seem to have battled a little bit to get people to take up the stock. Some comments about how it's very much a South African business, whereas the other competitors in the space, Netcare and Mediclinic, have got global operations. But it's an interesting, well-run, conservatively managed company, and it has been able to find a price a little bit at the low end of expectations.
So we're going to hold thumbs for those payrolls, eh?
Yeah, hold thumbs for a big number this afternoon, 2:30.